All right, it says let's go live. 3 dislikes already. That might be a new record. I like that very much. Thank you so much for all of the support. Okay, here we are, folks. It is Tank Talk Live. Very excited, a little disheveled right now because Lisa Marie is with us, but she is currently messing with her tablet, trying to get that all figured out. She seems to not do that until it's time to go live. That's when she decides to go ahead and get that set up. But anyway, we are here. So are we good to go on the audio and video check here, please? Because I always like to make sure audio and video is good. Thank you, Candy. And as soon as I get the thumbs up from Marie, I will switch the camera around and have it on both of us. Oh, we are good. Okay, yay. There we go. So, did you get it all straight? You're on now? We're good?
I mean, I'm like 2 minutes behind, but yes, I am gonna be on.
Maybe let's do that like 15 minutes or so prior to the live stream next time.
Oh, hush.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
So,
whatever.
hopefully, got a little different look here for you tonight, folks. It might not really seem that way to you, but we got some new lights for specifically for the live stream. Very happy with the way it's lighting me. Not very happy with the way it's lighting you.
Huh.
I don't know. It's just so weird.
Mean you couldn't get that straight before we started?
You got down here 15 minutes before it's time to stream. I don't know why, and it's going to drive me crazy. I don't know why my background looks blue and her background looks gray. We're sitting across the table from each other, folks. It's not like we're in different rooms. This is just really weird, but it is what it is. And, whatever. I don't know. We're not going to waste any more time on that. How is everyone doing tonight? We don't have a whole lot of updating to do. We usually do a what's going on segment. We don't have one of those today because
you've been off all week from your regular job, so
I have. And I mean, yeah, we recorded a bunch of videos yesterday. Of course, I'm going to have a coughing fit right when we go live. And now my camera won't focus. There we go. I was on Bob's live stream on Monday. I mean, that was exciting. That was fun, but just hasn't been a whole lot going on. It's almost been like a vacation for me. I don't know. Yesterday was a lot of fun. It was a long day. Recorded 4 videos yesterday. You did 3. I did 4. Good time. And I'm going to edit all of those tomorrow. That's my goal. That's what I hope to do. And so that'll be our update. But as far as fish go and all that, we haven't moved any fish around. We haven't got any new fish. Everything's been normal. So
I had to take one of the African cichlids out of your African cichlid tank because it was getting, I don't know, probably harassed a little bit. So I took it out. It's in a 75-gallon quarantine tank.
I thought
that's all I had available.
I thought everything was good in that tank. It could be that fish just got a little bit weak, and they pick on the peak. They pick on the peak. They pick on the weak. That could be absolutely what's going on there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah. I just saw them swimming around fine in that tank, so hopefully we're good there.
No, that's the one that was in the other.
Oh,
because we have 2 that are beat up.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this is the life of someone who has an African cichlid tank. You're going to have beat up fish. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. One of the, at any point with no provocation, there will be violence at some point. And you got to be prepared to take care of that.
You know what? I see people saying stuff about the glare in my glasses, and I wonder if it's the lights or if it's my new glasses, because I just got new glasses and the lenses
It's the fact that you have
different.
The tablet up so high. If you put the tablet down on the desk, it would be fine.
Then I'll be looking down like that the whole time.
That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
I mean, hey, you got to take one for the team, right? So, yep, didn't do a thing. Didn't do a thing because you're still looking down at it. So maybe keep your head like this, but put your eyes down, and then it won't happen.
Turn the lights off.
The lights are on the sides. There's no way they're reflecting off of your glasses. It has to be what's in front of you, right? Anyway, common sense would tell you that, lady. Okay, so the agenda for today, folks, this is kind of one of those wide open live streams. We have a topic today, but it's more of a topic that will involve you, and that is the topic of what is the popular fish. You put up a community post.
Right.
Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday, right? And it's gotten so many votes. Good grief. 3,500 votes in one day. You put on there, which fish do you think is the most popular in 2020? The options were betta fish, monster fish, nano fish, African cichlids, or other. Now, if you didn't see this poll, if you don't know what we're talking about here, this would have been on the community page of our YouTube channel. Sometimes you will, as a subscriber, if you're a subscriber, you'll see that pop up in your subscription feed. It'll be in a little window. You'll see the community tab or the community posts. But if you don't see those, you can always go to the community page on our channel and you'll see the posts that are up there. And this wasn't a members only post, right? No, this was public. So that's where this was. You're going to be doing stuff like this every week, and we will probably talk about these. It's not going to supply us with our topic for the live stream every week, but we probably will address the poll in the live streams, talk about what the poll was and what the votes were and all that kind of stuff. So should work out good. I don't know why I have a little us down here in the corner. It's kind of adorable. Anyway, that's something that's just really distracting for me right now. But
okay.
It's not a computer problem, but it's just something going on with the computer, which is really weird. So the results after 3,500 votes were 57% of the people voted betta fish.
That's insane.
That's to be expected, though.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of funny because you're always talking about, oh, monster fish are so popular. And they didn't win, John. They got fourth place, monster fish. But Yeah.
you know what? Listen, that doesn't mean they're not popular. It's very broad. It's like African cichlids. There's 1,475 different African cichlids.
Mm-hmm.
Monster fish, there's 1,000 different monster fish. And then
There's
you
quite a
specify
few-
bettas. Like,
Yeah. Well,
where's
there's
goldfish?
There's a lot of different betas too. I mean, it's not like there's just one specific beta and that is it. I mean, there's tons, hundreds. So just saying.
I don't think there's hundreds, but yeah, you're right. There is a lot of betas, but not as many as there are African cichlids. So I think this is rigged. I think this poll is rigged. I think you did this on purpose because you wanted it to be the results that would make you look like a hero. And it's you won. I mean, by a landslide. I mean, it's almost like it was rigged in your favor. But I
didn't even choose the fish specifically to be my thing. It's just I chose what I thought was somewhat popular right now. I mean, I did forget goldfish, but they could fall in others. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that could fall in others. So,
yeah, I like it. I think it's fun. And I think that even if instead of monster fish, if you put arowanas, if in nanofish, if you put guppies, African cichlids, if you put OB peacocks, if you were very specific of all of those, I think it still would have been betas by a landslide.
yeah.
I think that there's a very easy explanation for that.
Well, they are the gateway fish. In my opinion, they're the gateway fish because
They are the marijuana of
yeah.
of the fish keeping hobby. They absolutely are. You're absolutely right. And that I think that people get into them. You're more of an expert on them than I am. You've got 74 of them. I've got one who I adore. He's right there. People, I think a vast number of betta keepers are not fish keepers, though. Now, they didn't vote in this poll because they're not going on fish channels to see what's going on in the fish keeping community.
Right.
But I think that it used to be goldfish now, and probably for the last 20 years, it's been bettas. And that's because so many people keep bettas as just a decoration. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying they do that everywhere. People have one on their desk. They get them as gifts. They have them up on their bookcase. So I think that probably a large number of betta keepers aren't even fish keepers. They just have one.
They go to the pet store for something and they're like, you know what, look, I'm just going to grab this fish in a cup and, you know, I might do something with it when I get home. I don't know. If not, it can stay in the cup. And it's really sad because...
Yeah. I mean, they were in a cup in the store, so they must be okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, even though I do think that you rigged this to, you know, get the results that you wanted, I think it would have been bettas anyway. And I think it's a lot of fun. What I want to hear from you, the audience, is what do you think? What do you not see on this poll? The poll is very simple, folks. Bettas, monster fish, nano fish, African cichlids, or other. There's only about 3,945 different others. So have all kinds of fun with the other category. But I would like to hear from you, and we can discuss as we go on here today, what you think is the most popular fish in the hobby and why. Put it in that chat and we will find some. They don't have to be super chats. We will find some that we want to highlight. You need to be looking for them just like I am.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And while we're doing that, I will go ahead and shout out a few of these live chat. What am I doing here tonight? Hi, I'm a professional YouTuber. Super chats, Lefty3213A, as he always does, with the $1.99 super chat saying, I'm here. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Lefty.
Coffee House Chatter, can't believe I caught you live. I love y'all so much. I love that you put y'all in there. I love that. You have helped me with my fish so much. I was, sorry, I have to scroll over to see it all. I was a beginner, but now I'm rocking it thanks to y'all. I have Molly's and Corey's and love them so. That is awesome. And I am glad. $15 that person paid to tell us that we have helped them. That's a beautiful thing. You didn't owe us a thing, but that's very generous of you. Thank you so much for that. Perpetual noob. I like that. $1 per dislike and 2 more for Lisa being beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
Let's see. I think you might owe us some money because I think we got more than that now. I can't even see it. Where is it at? I don't see it. I think we got more dislikes than that now. Nope, it's still 3.
Huh.
I'm going to hold you to it though. Now I need to do this again. This YouTube window drives me crazy. There we go. In your opinion, do you find that some fish are more tolerant of higher CO2 levels in a planted tank? This was a $5 Australian super chat. We are not CO2 users.
No.
We've tried, and
You tried. I
tried.
did not. Yeah.
I tried in your tank.
I think it popped or something, didn't it? I heard a big pop.
It's just a pain. It's a pain in the butt, and I got sick of it. And I was just like, you know what? It's just no. I'm just no. But that was in a betta tank. Bettas can breathe. You know, they don't rely on the oxygen in the water, although they can breathe that. They can also go to the surface and breathe. So I believe labyrinth fish would be the ones that could tolerate the most CO2. But that's not cool, though. I mean, you know, there's a certain CO2 level. I'm not an expert on the matter, but there's a certain CO2 level that you're supposed to maintain to be healthy for the plants. So let's not use too high of levels. But you didn't ask how high can I turn it up, but you did say tolerant of higher CO2 levels. I would say labyrinth fish, things like gouramis, which bettas are gouramis. What are some other labyrinth fish? Huh?
I said they're in the same family.
Right. So that common sense to me would make me want to recommend that to you. But you have to understand, more CO2 means less oxygen. So it's not going to really be good for any fish to go to a super high level. It's kind of funny if you see us on our channel. You know, we have the little KG Tropicals logo in the bottom right corner of all the videos. Mm-hmm. It's actually right here on you. So it looks like it's on your shirt. It looks like you're wearing a KG Tropicals shirt.
I don't see it on my tablet.
Well, you should.
Well, I don't.
I see it on mine.
Funny.
Now, beer perm, that might have been horrible advice that I just gave you, but I hope you understand neither one of us are experts in CO2, but that would just be the kind of gut instinct answer that I would give you. Fish Tank Barn with the $5, the cherry and ice cream, and I think it's a cat fund.
Probably.
It's very small. It's a little emoji. I think it's a cat.
It's probably a cat.
And yeah, let me tell you something. The case of cherries that I got, there's a can right there, that I got last week. I'm like halfway through those cherries right now.
He eats them right out of the can too.
Why not?
Opens the can up and he just walks around eating cherries out of a can.
Why wouldn't I do that? I mean, you know, dirty up a dish.
He came inside today from changing the brakes on my car because I'm, 4 days late getting it inspected, and it needs to have the brakes changed. And anyway, long story short, he changed the brakes. He came in, he was all hot and sweaty, and I got a towel and I started fanning him, playing around, and he's eating cherries. I said, would you like me to feed the cherries to you while I fan you?
I'm a lucky guy. What am I going to say?
It was a joke.
It was definitely a joke. But the breeze from that felt good, though. It was good. It's hot out there today. I mean, our driveway is in the direct sun. So if I'm going to go out there and do work on the cars, which of course I can't do it in my garage, and I think you might know why. So it's got to be done in the driveway. I like the heat. I mean, it's not a problem for me. But with this COVID thing and with my job and everything, haven't been out in the heat too much. And so today it was kind of like, whew, Lord have mercy. It was a little rough, but yeah, I got the brakes done. So got the car washed.
Thank you. Yeah, even went and washed it. Thank you.
I'm gonna vent right now. I'm gonna vent. I'm not gonna call it a rant because I don't believe people can call their own things rants. I believe others have to call them rants. I don't know. It's just a weird thing for me. I'm gonna vent about something though. We go to the car wash today. This has nothing to do with fish. I'm parked like 3 deep for the car wash. And this is the car wash you pull into and it washes your car for you. I'm like 3 deep. So the 3 cars ahead of me, you know, it takes like 7 or 8 minutes for each one. And we finally get up to the door. I put my credit card into the machine and push which button it says, and it says, error, car wash temporarily closed.
Oh,
and the door closed right in front of me. I was like, oh, come on. It didn't charge me though, so that's good. But here's the problem that I had with it. This jerk that was behind me in a big old Dodge Ram is parked behind me, and what does he do?
Was it David?
No, let me tell you what I would have done in that situation. There was only one vehicle behind me. The line on the next lane over was empty. I would have backed up my truck and I would have said, hey, go over there. Because the guy saw that it closed and it was broken.
Right in front of you, yeah.
But what does this shithead do?
Oh.
He just drives around me and goes over and basically cuts in front of me. It really bothered me. It hurt my feelings. But, you know, I didn't get out and say anything because I'm a big wimp and he would have probably beat my butt. So, you know what?
Because he was driving a manly truck and you were just driving my car.
Yeah, and I apologize for the language, folks, but, you know, he disrespected me and it bothered me. So, anyway, Carrie Habercorn, welcome, our second newest member. Welcome to the team. Be looking for something tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow, maybe? Should be. Supposed to be members only video. King and Queen Cichlids with the $10. Lisa looks gorgeous. Arowanas for the win, Alex.
Get out of here, Scott.
He must need something. What's Scott working on right now? No, Scott says that all the time. He's a good dude.
So sweetie.
Carol Cox with the $2. Thanks for everything. Nothing else. And I see it looks like Moonstone, but I can't see it because this thing is so weird. Here it is. On phones with kids, keep going. I'm sorry I said that word earlier. That came out, and that's not like me. And I apologize about saying that with your kids in the car with you. And you're probably like, I just gave that idiot money and he just said a bad word. I'm sorry about that. I feel like a jerk. So have we gotten any feedback as far as what people think you are? Okay, let's see, Zach. Okay, Zach. Okay, apparently Zach is a problem. Red zebra cichlids, I see a vote. Geez, okay, this is hard. See if we can't find. I'm not seeing anything here, folks. What are we doing? I see there were people that got muted. Yep, it's very entertaining, isn't it? Wow, lots of people getting muted. Y'all are making Candy Overhaul's work real hard, and that's not fair. It's probably children, Candy. Sorry about that. Ethan Wilson is very offended by my language. 19 years old and says, how dare you?
He's been around for a really long time. You do know that, right? He's been watching for...
Well, he's only 19, so it couldn't have been that long.
Since he was a lot younger. Yeah.
Here we've got some good ones here. Okay, I mean, then this is pretty much standard here. Guppies, Oscars, Corys, and common plecos. Yes, 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 and yes. The only thing I would add to that would be all plecos. But the common pleco, there's a reason why it's called the common pleco. And yeah, that's definitely the most common of all of them. But bristlenose are probably a strong second. Stephen Siemens, welcome to the channel membership team. Very excited to have that. John
Ruth Miller said glowfish are still popular in novelty fish. They are very popular.
They are, and you know, we've talked about them a lot. We've talked about our dislike for glowfish, but it's not the fish that we like, that we dislike.
Fish.
It's the whole premise of the whole thing, and I'm not going to get into all that.
No, because if there was a glowfish that somebody didn't want, and they said, you know what, I'm gonna either flush this glowfish or you can have it, I'd say, okay, give it to me. I will take care of it and, you know, whatever. But I'm not gonna just go out and buy some glowfish. So, but I wouldn't let somebody kill one, you know, at all.
No, I mean, and it's not the fish that bothers us. It's just the fact that it brings people to the table that, and I don't mean people, I mean a certain age group to the table that
you know,
may not be taking the best care.
A lot of people get upset when you say it's about age, because there's a lot of adults out there that have glowfish too. So
we have been very clear every time we've talked about glowfish. We've been very clear saying we do not think you're a bad person if you keep glowfish. If you are a fan of glowfish, I am really happy for you. The people that I don't want buying glowfish are not watching this live stream right now and wouldn't be caught dead watching this live stream right now. It's the impulse buy people. And that's, most of them are going to be kids. And we've got a lot of kids. We've got a grandchild that you've already bought an aquarium for. I mean, and he's only one. Bought him a 5-gallon fluval speck as a housewarming gift, which I don't think they've set up yet. How dare they? But
I think they're waiting for me to cycle it and stuff.
Shocker. But the people that we don't want buying glowfish are not watching this right now. They're not fish keepers. There's somebody that bought a little tank and they set it in the corner and they've probably already forgotten about it by now. And that's the whole point that we try.
Sort of like Nemo.
Yes. Absolutely.
Saltwater, it's Nemo.
And of course Dory's too. I mean, this is what makes fish keeping stay a whole industry. So we need these people, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Who brought up glowfish anyway? Jeez.
Ruth Miller.
No, it's fine because it is a good point. I mean, they are popular, but I just wish they weren't as popular as they are. Melissa Jeswald, thanks for the tank inspiration and not making it so lonely. Thanks for the tank inspiration and not making it so lonely. What does that mean? What did we do?
I don't know, but we must have done something
I guess
good.
we did something good.
Did something good.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. Maybe you could clarify for us, because I don't know. Maybe it's because we're in this quarantine still. It's lightening up a little bit, but we're all still stuck in the house, and maybe that's what was going for there. John looks slimming in the black shirt. Get it, John? That's why I wear it. That's why I wear black, because it's slimming. Yeah, thanks, Scott. I mean, it's probably because I'm so much younger than you, but anyway, he's a smaller guy than me anyway.
He just gave you money and you're going to insult him by
I'm allowed to do that because it's Scott. Somebody said, what happened? Uh-oh, I hope we're still live. I think we are. Yeah, we're still excellent condition.
I can
so
still see it.
More swearing, please.
Oh, no.
You say one bad word, and that wasn't even, the holy grail bad word, but there's quite a few that are worse than that one. Well, not a lot of people are putting beta. One person put beta 3 times. I'm so torn. What is a very colorful Mbuna stocking list for a 75 gallon? Way too many options. Yeah, that's a tough one because there are so many, but you know what? You get the yellow labs and you get the red zebras and the cobalt blues and the albinos, the colophies, and they're just red, orange, blue, white. It's gorgeous. Just get them all, but be ready for the violence that will happen with those fish.
Well, it depends, Depends on how you stock it. If you don't heavily stock it or you put in some of the more jerky fish, then you could have some problems. But if you want a nice peaceful Mbuna tank, then stick with the yellow labs and the snow whites and, the sweeter ones.
You think they're sweet.
They are. They're cute.
Zen Ginger says live bears and plecos most common. Yeah, I mean, now most
live bears,
common.
That's a lot of different fish, though.
That is a lot. That's a lot of fish.
But you get a lot of free fish by having live bears, so that's cool.
I think that live bears should be what every fish keeper starts with if it's not a beta. Because you get them and they have babies and the babies are so cute and it makes you feel like you're a really good fish keeper and then makes you want to keep going and next thing you know, you have 12 tanks.
Yeah, you have a bunch of tanks.
And you're watching people from Virginia talk about fish on a live stream on Thursday nights at 9:00. So yeah, that's what we want. That totally sounded like I just want people for their views. And John Larson.
I'm like, what?
I'm sorry. I just go off on these tangents. See why I need a plan, folks? This is why I need a plan for a live stream. John Larson says angels and discus. Yes, I think angels are always going to be popular. Always.
Definitely.
Discus are always going to be popular. Not as popular as angels because people are scared of them.
Right.
And they're more expensive. But they're always going to be up there at the top. And of course, if we did a live stream that was all about what's the most beautiful fish, those two would be at the top of the list too. So
they are beautiful. Got
another vote for angelfish. Yeah, angels. Angels are another one. And we did a 10 things episode about best beginner fish. We put angels on that list because they are very, very easy. You see angels behind Marie right now. I've always loved angels. I've always had angels. And they are another great beginner fish. You don't need a huge tank. Maybe they'll breed for you. Not going to be as easy as breeding swordtails or guppies, but maybe they'll breed for you and they'll be fun.
I never had a problem breeding them. They seem to breed like rabbits, so to speak, for me.
Hans's angels bred like rabbits for you. It's because they were trained very well by him.
Isn't that funny? They were. Because we went to Hans's and that's when he had like thousands and thousands of angels and he did it just to do. has something to do. And then he was selling them super cheap to wholesalers. I bought angels that were this big in body, that big alone in body, for $1 a piece from him. And we resold them in the fish store. And I was getting pairs, I was getting babies, people were buying the pairs from me, and
I remember saying to Hans,
some good money on this angel.
I said to Hans, Hans, listen, man, we're going to sell these for a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you sure you don't want more money? No, we got to get them out of here. I got too many of them.
You get whatever you want.
I've never seen so many angels in my life.
It was awesome. It was so much fun.
It was angel heaven.
I was just fish shopping and picking out my angels, and it was a blast.
Mary Mills with the $2 Hey You pair, which is absolutely adorable. Thank you so much for that. Neil Rogers sounds like an astronaut name.
Oh.
Just because of Neil Armstrong, and just because I got done watching Space Force yesterday on Netflix, which was a lot of fun. If anybody is interested in a good time, a good Steve Carell, John Malkovich time, check that out. So yeah, it's the whole Neil Armstrong thing. But welcome to the team. Glad to have you. Are we naming our favorite or what is most popular? Well, that's a really good question because
most popular could be your favorite, or your favorite could be what you think is most popular because it's your favorite.
It's most popular to you.
Yeah.
But no, what we're actually looking for here, Jessica, is what does everybody love? I think bettas are kind of a unanimously loved fish. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves goldfish. That's kind of what we're looking for. But you know what? If you want to say what your favorite ones are too, you can do that too. It's fine. We accept all answers here. Cory cats are growing in popularity, but I don't think they are the most popular schooling fish. Yeah, Corys have, they've always, I don't want to say always been popular, but they've been popular for a long time. And they always will be popular. Do they make the top 10? Maybe. No, they wouldn't make the top 10. What would be the top 10? Let's put together the top 10 list here, because it would be bettas and goldfish would be 1 and 2. Guppies are going to be in there. Swordtails are going to be in there. Platies, mollies. Angels. So we got 7.
Oscars.
Yeah, convict cichlids.
Oh, I don't like convict cichlids.
But that doesn't mean
Just
they're
say
not popular,
tiger
though.
barbs. Why does it have to be convict cichlids?
I mean, Oscars are going to be on my list. Duh. But yeah, we need 3 more here would be for the top 10. I got to skip through a lot of deleted messages. Apparently somebody was misbehaving and Candy had to put them in their place. Let's see. And also, how the heck do you even go about stocking an Mbuna tank? Spend $400 on fish, and what if you get mostly males? Don't you want mostly males?
You want males. But the cool thing about Mbunas is you can't go wrong with females. Because
except for the breeding part.
Well, yeah, but that's just free fish. Free fish.
When you have fish that are easy to breed, and Mbunas are not as easy as peacocks, but you don't have to be a PhD in biology to be able to breed Mbunas.
You just don't get as many.
But then you're ending up going and getting several more tanks because you got to raise the fry because all the fry are going to get eaten. Whereas if you're breeding guppies, you're going to have a lot more survive than ever get eaten. I don't know. I mean, it could become a huge problem. But how do you stock an Mbuna tank? What we've always done that we've had the most success with is buying your assortment and buying them small. Putting them in whatever tank you're going to have them in for their entire life and just letting them grow up and watch the magic happen. You don't know if you're getting males. You don't know if you're getting females, but you're getting smaller fish. Mbunas, when they're small, are still very pretty fish. They're very attractive. They have their colors. They're not like peacocks that take forever to color up. They're colored up pretty much day one. Some of them change a little bit, but you get that bold color right off the bat and you just raise them up. And doing it this way, you're going to spend $10 per fish rather than buying all males that are $40 a piece. So,
Right. And most of them will look the same, but then you do have some that don't, like your Kenya, the male and female look different, and the Politz, the male and female will look different, and the male colors up, and
but they all look the same when they're small. Yeah.
Yeah. For the most part, most of your male and females will look the same even as adults, but you have some that won't.
You got really good at sexing some. That sounded weird. Don't go there, folks. But sexing Mbunas, even when they were only like 2 inches long.
Oh yeah, because you know who that dominant male is, even as a juvie. You know who the dominant male is.
I will never forget filming you, and the video's on YouTube right now. It's kind of weird though, because the music cuts out in it because somebody copyright claimed it. I don't even want to talk about it, but I can remember how happy you were and what she did. Who asked that? Mike asked that. Mike B 1800 asked about stocking Mbunas. You were so happy doing that, and it was. You watch that video. I think it's titled "Lisa Shops for Mbunas."
Oh yeah.
And you're just going through picking. I want one of these. Want one of these. Want one of these. That was our own store, so
Well, I had 32 different Mbuna species to choose, so I knew which one was a male, which one was the dominant male in each tank, and I grabbed every dominant male out of every single tank. So that's how I did it.
I just remember how happy you were.
It was awesome.
You had so much fun.
That was the best shopping experience I ever had, and all of them were free.
And you got real good service too, because
I did it myself.
And of course, my chat just skipped. I hate YouTube. I don't hate YouTube, but you know what I'm saying. They frustrate me when this happens. Okay, I'm not even. Wow, I'm just gonna have to go down here. Let's see. Okay, okay, nope, not that one. I'm sorry, folks. This is getting boring to watch, I'm sure. Okay. We got Mary Mills, right? Neil Rogers, David L. Okay. David LL with the $5. Being warm outside, my fish tank is sitting 78. Would my goldfish be stressed, or can I just raise the air pump flow for oxygenation? Being warm outside, my fish tank is sitting 78. Would my goldfish be stressed, or can I just raise the air? Your goldfish should not be stressed if the water's 78 degrees, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, they like it a little bit cooler than that, but if it was 68 and then it jumped up to 78 instantly, like you poured hot water in there, that would certainly stress them out, but they can handle 78. They're not going to be the happiest in 78, but you're also putting an air pump in there is not going to do anything for that. It's not going to lower the temperature. So, I mean, unless you want to go get a chiller, what else are you going to do? But putting an air pump in there, you can put an air pump in there. It's not going to stress them out, but I don't know that it's going to be something that's going to affect the temperature is what I'm trying to say. Lefty3213A, hey, watch it. I impulse bought 6 betas. Yeah.
Sounds like me a couple weeks ago. I impulse bought, am I saying that right?
Impulse.
Bought.
Yeah.
5 betas. It's so funny when you have to second guess what you're saying. Like, did I say that right? It's like looking at a word and did I spell that right?
420 people watching and you're saying weird things.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're not saying anything weird. I'm just being silly. Eric Furlow with the $5. Hey, John and Lisa, happy Thursday, y'all. I'm a sucker for OB cichlids, such a vast amount of color.
I love OB cichlids, even the OB Mbunas.
Absolutely. The OBs would be on the top 10 African cichlids, no doubt. Not our personal top 10, but I believe in the top 10 most popular Malawi cichlids. Mm-hmm. They would be in there for sure. And I've always been a sucker for OBs too. So the first African cichlid I ever bread. So yeah, got a soft spot with me.
Jim.
And your yellow one is absolutely gorgeous that you sent us last week. Sent us a picture of. He didn't send us the fish. I wish he did. Mattman B, how do you test for CO2? Is there a special test kit for it? You spent $5 and I can't answer your question. I know there is ways of calculating that, but I don't know what it is because we have never done that. I know there are CO2 meters, but I don't know, are they outrageously expensive or is it something you can get for a couple dollars at Aquarium Co-op? That's not something that I could answer for you, unfortunately. You don't ask me questions about plants, and you can ask her questions about plants, even plants that look like little bananas.
Oh.
But not an aquatic plant though. But
I got some plants in this week, quite a few. I've become one of those people that like to order plants online now. I not only buy them at the store, but order them online. And I got the string of bananas and I got string of pearls from Plant Arena, who is one of my favorite plant YouTubers. And anyway, the string of pearls, every male in my house walked up to that plant and said, that looks like peas. And even one of them picked it and mushed it and was like, it's like a pea. And I'm like,
not this male.
Stop it.
Not this male.
That's my plant.
Yeah.
But the string of bananas, they are so cute because they literally
look like little bananas.
Little green bananas, just long strings of little green bananas.
But they're green. And do you remember the it's still out there. You don't have to remember it. The candy runts that had the little cherries and the little limes and the little cherries,
bananas.
And they have the little bananas. They're like that size, but they're green and they're hanging on a string and it's adorable.
Well, that's part of the plant.
Well, I know. It's like the leaf.
Yeah.
Melissa Jeswald clarified what she meant. I live alone and no one wants to hear about my fish, shrimp, or snails. Imagine that. Yeah.
Aw.
I don't, it's not COVID and it's not vaping. So don't everybody yell at me. But that's what you have us for. That's what you have this entire community for, is to fill that hole. So people that are not fish keepers do not want to hear about fish.
No, it's true. And we live in King George, Virginia, and there's not a lot of people that want to talk about fish here. So we talk to each other or,
But it goes for pretty much any like hobby though. I've got a good friend, Joey, might even be watching. I'm not talking about Joey Mullen. I'm talking about another Joey that he might even be watching. And he fishes all the time. He's like an avid fisherman, loves it. I have no interest at all in fishing. And every time I see him, he's like, oh man, I went on down to this place and got me a big old bass. And I'm just like, I don't care. It does not bother. Not interest me at all. So yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of hobby it is. If you're not into that hobby, you do not want to hear other people talk about it for sure. So, David, oh boy, Titiali. I'm going to go ahead with the EI at the end because it's two I's. I am not saying your name right, but welcome to the team. Very excited to have you as a new member of the KG Tropicals team. Feed other with the $2 native game and non-game fish like bass and darters. Yeah, I mean, bass have to be one of the most popular fish on earth, not just for, I mean, there's whole organized professional fishing leagues that revolve around bass. Bass is a big deal. Not so much in the fish keeping hobby.
Bass Pro Shop.
There you go.
Yep.
Beautiful stores too. Go there just to see the pond that's inside there. It's beautiful.
Did you hear about the guy that jumped into the tank?
At a Bass Pro Shops?
I think it was Bass Pro Shop. He jumped into the tank just to go swimming and jumped out.
And I guarantee you that was on social media somewhere.
I heard about it on social media.
So I'm going to go viral. I'm going to jump in the pond. Idiots. Texas Fish Room with the $2. Monsters would be popular. Cost outrange for most. Yeah, it's not the fish that cost too much. It's the setup that you need to have for those fish. You're absolutely right. Especially if you're going to do it right. And we have, you have vetoed me on this because I was going to put it up this weekend. We've got an episode of 10 Things coming out that is the top 10 aquarium titans. And so the whole thing is about big fish that are really popular in the hobby. And, I mean, I had to say it multiple times in the video. There's going to be some of you that are going to be disappointed, and I know that, but the whole list is me. She's not in that episode because monster fish are kind of my thing. Not as much for you. So I went ahead and did the whole thing myself. Sorry about that. You're going to miss her 1 week, but
I don't think it's a big deal.
I had to say in that video multiple times, hey, make sure you're doing the right thing, 300 gallons, blah, blah, blah. And you have to say that because Texas Fish Room is right. It's expensive. There's a lot involved, and most people can't swing it because they either don't have space in their house or they can't spend $5,000 for a 8-foot long aquarium. So right. I get it. Matthew Vanderkoy, I hope it's pronounced Coy, for winging it, which is exactly what we're doing tonight. I don't like doing this at all.
Right.
I don't. I like coming into a live stream with a very well thought out plan. It's not a script, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about this, because there is nothing I hate more than watching a live streamer go, okay, let me see what's going on in the chat. I'm sorry if any of you all that are watching this do that. I personally don't like that. But I'm really picky too, because there's a lot of little pet peeves that I have, and I've shared with some of my YouTube friends my pet peeves, and they get mad at me when I talk about that. Gilbert Sanchez with the $2. Do shrimp count? Absolutely, shrimp count. Turtles count, and shrimp is another one that should have been on that poll, because shrimp are ridiculously popular right now. But
you're right, they are. They're pretty popular.
They are, I mean, not all of them, but they are not for the new fish keeper. True. So to me, some of the most popular fish are going to be fish that anybody can keep. And shrimp, but they certainly count, because even though they're not fish, they are in our hobby. So
I think it's so funny because I have had success now very well with the Amano shrimp, and it's so funny because when we went to get those, I remember going up to the guy at House of Tropicals, and I said, I'd like to get some Amano shrimp, and I haven't seen them anywhere. I had walked right past the tank, didn't realize it. And he says, oh, you want some algae shrimp? And I said, no, Amano shrimp. And he kept saying, you want algae shrimp? I got some algae shrimp. And I was like, no, I want Amano shrimp. But he kept calling them algae shrimp. And it was so funny.
The guy with the hair,
yeah.
The Albert Einstein hair, yeah.
He's awesome. He's so funny.
He does not know us for anything.
Yeah.
But every time we go in there, he talks to us like we've known him for years. I think he doesn't know us from YouTube. He knows us just because we go in there all the time. But he doesn't know our names. But every time we talk to him, it's like we've known each other for 20 years. It's an amazing thing. He's actually in the 10 Things video. Oh, man, when was it? It was like 2 weeks ago. Or maybe it was the KFKFK video. The first episode of that, which was on Fish Tank Basics, the shot of you shopping at House of Tropicals, and he's right there because he was walking you around.
Oh,
so yeah, he's actually in our video.
Getting the driftwood, I think.
Yep. You can only see him for like a second, but he is in there. It's a good dude. I wish I knew his name, but we're at that point in our relationship where it would be really awkward if we were to ask him for his name. Because it's like, we've known you for 7 years, but I have no idea what your name is. That's rude. So anyway, he is big time into shrimp though. So
oh, yeah. I know, because I found one that I really wanted because it had like a lot of eggs, and he said 2 of them came in like that, and I took the other one. He had it in a bag ready to take home. It was funny.
HEPA Aquatics says with the $6.99 Canadian, which I think translates to $5 US. I see what you did there. I think that's what that is. Having discovered the YouTube fish channels a year ago, it seems as if large monster fishes are on the rise among hobbyists. Yeah. And a lot of that is due to the rise in popularity of channels like Predatory Fins and Ohio Fish Rescue. And I like to think we are a small part of that because of our big tank out there. But yeah, and Matt's Monster Fish is another one that's doing really cool things. There's quite a few. So yeah, it's true. But monster fish are always going to be popular. There's always going to be a subgroup of people that are crazy, and we go to extremes and we get 8-foot long aquariums, or Ohio Fish Rescue turns an entire structure building into a monster fish house and then converts an indoor pool into a fish house or into a pond. You know, you're going to always have maniacs like that love these big fish. Monster fish are what got me into this hobby. They were super popular then in 1993. I do think that just like everything else in this hobby, it's waves. I think, you know, monster fish are, I think, on the way up right now to where maybe the 2021 wave is going to be the monster fish, where right now it's the nanos and the planted tanks and the shrimp and the small guppies and all of that, betas. But actually, betas are always going to be at the top of the list. But yeah, I agree with HEPA Aquatics. I think that they're going to continue to rise, and it's going to continue to grow in popularity. Mike said, thanks for the advice. I think he's the one we were talking about with the Mbunas. You're very welcome, and thank you. Caitlin Herrick, best advice to keep a 10-gallon beta tank. Here we go. You're ready. Just put it on a tee, swing away.
I mean, I have quite a few 10-gallon tanks with beta fish in it, and some of I personally like to keep some with other fish or just keep them alone in a tank by themselves. But I think it's important for them to have things to be able to swim around, like plants and stuff like that. I will say, and I'm not trying to sell this for Corey or anything, but one of the coolest little things I have found that my beta likes, all of them, is the floating Christmas moss ball. They love it because it's up there, it's up top, and they just like to go kind of sit up there with it and do their thing, and they're happy. It's sort of like having one of those little leaves on the side that you can buy at Petco, one of those little plastic leaves or whatever, and you put it on the silicone on the tank and they go sit on it or whatever. But this is better. The floating moss ball is better. But anyway, you want to throw a few tank mates in there with it, you could do that. But a 10-gallon tank, you could do a lot of cool things. Like one of my tanks, I have the little mushroom. My betas aren't in it, but you could use it with betas.
Little Smurf house.
They look like little Smurf houses. They're mushrooms, and you can do like a little, Smurf village with them or something, and your beta could go in the cave-looking things and have fun. But there's a lot of different things you can do with betas, so just stay away from the sharp stuff. That's the important thing is to stay away from super sharp stuff.
We've got several beta videos on our channel. We've got several playlists for betas on our channel because that is her thing. And I love betas too, but that's kind of what you've taken and run with. And we got a video coming out Sunday about betas. So,
and you know what? Don't look past the females because they're just as beautiful as the males. So, and I think the majority of all my betas, every single one of them, except for maybe 5, they're all females. So,
I think that the argument could be made that they are just as, they don't have the fins. that the males
they
do.
do, but they're
But
not
they're-
flowy and stuff like
They're
that.
gorgeous, gorgeous fish.
And you might not be able to find the same colors as, they're not as readily available. I mean,
You have a couple betas back there that
But
would rival
I-
any.
I
You've got OB
ordered-
peacock betas back there.
I have, yes, and those are some of the most beautiful female betas I've ever owned. But what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to find those at Petco or PetSmart. You can find some beautiful males at Petco, PetSmart, but you're going to find the more simpler, females there. Most of the kois are going to all look the same, the female kois or, whatever. Just you're going to see the little white females or the little pink ones, and you're not going to find Shishi's female betas
Or
at
ambers.
Petco. I don't have ambers. I would love to have ambers.
That surprises me too, because we love Amber. Apparently, she just doesn't love us because she hasn't sent us it. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Come on.
Stop.
I'm joking. We got to move on here. We only got a half hour left. Rack is coming up in a half an hour.
Yay.
Mike Oxlong, I hope I'm saying your name right. I think that's a pretty self-explanatory name. Will two redhead, I hate this name because I never know if I'm saying it right, Tapajos, get along with tiger barbs. That is the Geophagus. What do they get, like 6 or 7 inches? But tiger barbs can handle themselves. I don't know that the redheads are all that known for being aggressive. Most of the geos aren't overly aggressive anyway. I think it would probably be okay. I've never done it, but I think you'd probably be all right. The redheads will just be kind of down at the bottom doing their thing, and the tiger barbs will be all over the place. I think you'd probably be all right. Thank you for the super chat. Foot 21 with the $2 nothing super chat. Those are amazing. It's just like, here, take my money, and all I want to do is hear you say my name. That's all it is. Eric Furlow came in again. That yellow OB is about to be a proud dad in about 18 to 21 days.
Ooh,
Hallelujah.
Yay.
That is exciting. Like I said, the OB first African cichlid that I ever bred, and of the fry, there was probably 40 fry in that very first spawn. Probably 30 of them were OBs. So yeah, it was a glorious, glorious spawn. Steven Siemens with the $5. Cichlids in general are becoming increasingly popular. They are the closest thing to saltwater in regard to their beautiful colors, in my opinion. There is not going to be a single argument about that. You're absolutely right. African cichlids are... Most people that are watching this right now, 420 people that are watching this right now, wouldn't know who we were if it wasn't for African cichlids. So yeah, they hold a very special place in our hearts. You're absolutely right. Their colors are unbelievable. They are gorgeous. They come with their share of challenges, that's for sure. But yeah, they're amazing fish, and maybe they're back on the rise again. It's gonna happen. I mean, they go up and down and up and down. It's gonna happen. It's coming. Deep fried apple pie in my eye became a member. We see him all the time, and I don't know that that's the first time he's become a member. I believe he's been a member before. Welcome to the team, and we have guaranteed that we have passed that milestone that we were wanting to pass last week, and we didn't. So thank you so much to all the new members that have signed on. Been doing a lot of things for members lately, and really excited about that. I think I got to do another behind the scenes YouTube video for members, because we got a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. So be looking for that deep fried apple pie in my eye. What a name. Dre, $8.56, $5. Just bought some beautiful peacock African cichlids from Imperial Tropicals. Ordered Saturday and got them on Tuesday. That is awesome. Mike's a good dude. I've met him a couple of times. Talked to him.
It's a nice place down there.
Oh yeah, I would love to go down there at some point. We have to. I finally got my first poop emoji super chat from the fish tank barn with the the 99-cent poop emoji. That has been something that's been going on in the fish tube live stream community, and I was wondering when I was going to lose my poop emoji virginity, And tonight, you've done it, Mike. Mike, you've taken my virginity. Foot 21.
That just got really weird.
Yep, that's what I do. I have a Loach tank, Neon Tetra, are going missing. Yeah, I mean, Loaches, some of them can get pretty daggone big. Neon Tetras, not so much. Kathy Jones with the $2. Love you guys. Any peaceful, colorful fish for a 38-gallon? You can't say betas, so go.
Peaceful.
Rosy barbs.
Harlequins.
Harlequins. Rosy
a lot
barbs.
of them. A whole bunch of them.
Harlequins are amazing. I love them.
Rummy nose, harlequins. Oh my gosh. Even, you know what would be cool? Just a bunch of Danios going zoom, 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 zoom.
Well, you see that right behind Marie's head. You see Harlequins and Danios. And we got to do something about that. There's so many fish in that tank. It keeps getting dirty so fast.
I'm late buffering on my screen. Is everything okay? Is it just me?
It says excellent condition. It's because you're hooked up to the Wi-Fi that's upstairs. Whoa, with the $50, Marty Borst comes in. I would love to say discus are the most popular fish in the hobby. As mentioned, though, people are afraid of them. Yeah. My partner also is not in the hobby, so he has no interest in talking about fish, but I have you two and other YouTubers. Yeah, you know what?
That's awesome.
All I have to say about that, and we're broken records at this point, but she wasn't interested in fish keeping either when we got together. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, as soon as you brought a fish tank in. I'm
going to have one or two idiots that are going to comment on this in replay. They won't do it in chat. They're going to break my balls for saying she. I'm having a conversation with you, Marty, and I'm saying she. You understand what I'm saying? People yell at me for that, and I don't know why. But yeah, she was not interested in fish keeping when she met me. She also wasn't interested in dogs. She wasn't interested in cats. This woman has changed a lot in the last 11 years.
I had a cat when I met you.
Okay. Kinda. You kinda had a cat. She named the cat Stupid. So
Stop.
you can't consider that a pet if you've named the cat Stupid.
But that's when the kids were really small. They weren't helping. It was so different. Having animals when you have 4 smaller children is hard. And being a single mom, it was all I could do to feed them, much less a cat. So they had to help me with the cat, and I don't know. It was hard back then.
I remember coming over to your house and, oh, your cat's name is Stupid. Okay.
I'll never forget Kinsey getting in trouble at school. She was in first grade, and she got in trouble because the teacher said it wasn't nice of her to say that the cat was stupid. She's like, that's my cat's name. My cat's name is Stupid. And she got in trouble. So. We
just probably lost 50 subscribers.
Oh, no. I mean, that was a cute cat. But you know what? It was still a kitten. It was under a year old. And if anyone's kept cats, they know that the first year is the hardest with cats. Actually, first maybe 2 or 3. We've gone through it with Reno. They're crazy little monsters, and they go everywhere. And you know what? I called him Stupid one day, and it stuck. And everybody did it. All the kids, they just called the kids.
Every single one of our pets that are not fish have names that are not their names.
Yeah.
Mags, her name is Maggie. She's got 12 names. Everybody in this house calls her something different. And most of them are unexplainable. I call her Mag's Pants. I call her Magnificent. I call her Mags.
Max Pie.
I call Ike, our male Chihuahua's name is Ike. I call him Ike. I don't know why I say his name twice. Roxy is Roxy Poxy. Kenzie calls her Poopy. I mean, everybody has names for these animals. But anyway, back to Marty.
Oops. Sorry.
Wow. Hello. Just be patient when you're continuing to explore this hobby and you're having fun with it and it's bringing you joy, your partner will see that and will say, you know what? I want to be a part of that. It'll happen naturally. That's what happened with her. And I wish you luck that it happens in your case, because when you have a partnership in this hobby, it elevates it 100 times and you end up with aquariums all over your house. But anyway, Integrity Farms. Thoughts on a single Jack Dempsey in a 40-gallon breeder? My thoughts are I don't like it. Is it doable? Sure. I don't like it because Jacks get a good enough size. 40-gallon breeders, I don't even know the footprint on those. I've never understood why they call them breeders. It's never made sense to me, but I feel like they need more tank than that. I do. They get bigger than you think. They grow slow. They're not these explosive growers like Dovi and Oscars and stuff like that. But they'll grow, and they'll grow to a pretty good size. And I'm afraid they might not reach their full potential in a 40-gallon breeder. If it's all you got, it's all you got. But yeah, Jack Dempsey's hold a special place in my heart. I love Jack Dempsey's. Jack Kawamoto with the Canadian $5. Hey guys, I'm curious if you have ever had a certain type of fish that you have never had any luck keeping. There has to be some. I mean, for a while there, the answer would have been shrimp.
But now I can keep them.
Now you're getting a little better with that.
Yeah, because I thought that the tank was perfectly fine, not realizing that shrimp like it not just cycled, but they like a very well established tank, like very well established. And I have been very successful since I've waited and just let my tank, my little shrimp tank, I just let it do its thing. And yeah, I have snails with the shrimp, and they're cute, and everybody just does their little shrimpy things in there. And
yeah, your Amanos are going crazy in that Betta tank.
I know. Oh yeah, I have Amanos everywhere in my Betta sorority tank.
Yeah, they're awesome, and they're so elusive. That's what I love about them. It's like you won't see them at all, and then you walk over there, and there's like 9 of them right there.
I
It's
know,
like,
they're so cute, and my little snails all over the place, and and then you got the Harlequins and the Danios. They just do their thing up there, and then my Bettas just swim around. Everybody's just so happy.
I don't know that there's a fish that I've tried multiple times and just never been successful keeping. And it's not because I'm this advanced fish keeper and I never kill fish. Good Lord, we have fish die all the time. But I don't know that there's one that's like eluded me. Like I've tried and tried and tried and it never seems to work out. But on the flip side of that, I'm going to tell you this. And some of it has to do with probably where we got some of them from. But I think that in all of my time keeping fish, there's only one fish that I've ever kept, and I don't believe I've ever had even one of them die. And that's the Harlequins. I don't think we've lost, what do we have? Probably 30 Harlequins right now?
Well, we have like 9 or 10 that we got from
Bob.
From Bob, and they're all
perfect.
They're adult ones now. They look amazing.
We've probably got 9 or 10 of them back there. I don't think we've ever lost a single Harlequin.
No, we haven't lost a Harlequin.
So yeah, there's your answer if you're looking for a bulletproof fish is Harlequins. But that wasn't the question. It was what has eluded us. I don't know that there is one. I mean, I don't know that we've had a fish that is just like, well, I'm gonna give up on that fish. I'm gonna stop trying to keep that one.
I mean, I've lost fish due to fish problems or something, but it wasn't because that fish dies every single time I keep it. Like when the rummy nose died in a discus tank, that was the water. What happened with the water. So I can't say that because I have more rummy nose now, and they're
perfectly
doing
fine.
amazing.
Yep.
And, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shrimp
that's-
is the only thing I've ever had an issue with.
Yeah, but we fixed that problem. Tina Mellum, there's our friend that sent me all the cherries. And if you were listening, I'm like halfway through that case right now with the $2 poop emoji. She went ahead and one-upped Mike on that one. So thank you so much for that. Henry Chavez with the 100 pesos. I still think that's what that is. Hi, what do you use to filter your big Arowana / Oscar tank? My acrylic tank comes with an integrated wet-dry filter with bio balls, but never used this kind of filter. Any experience with this method? Yes. It is almost word for word exactly what I have, except I don't have bio balls. They are ceramic. They're small ceramic balls. If you look, Henry, on my channel, you got to go a year back. You'll find where I got that tank, and you'll see where I put the filter together. You'll see how that is used, or how that's all put together. I have a lot of experience with sumps, and the wet dry filter is a sump. That's what we call it. They are very efficient. They are very flexible. They're very versatile. You can do a lot of things with that filtration system. And the only issue that I have with them is that they're loud. That's the only issue that I have. We've got a video coming out about filtration here very soon. We recorded it yesterday, and that was one of the complaints that I put out about sumps, is that they're very loud. I've never seen a quiet sump in my life, because you got water pouring around into different cubbies and stuff like that. So they're almost always loud, but I don't think anybody would argue they're the most efficient filtration system in the hobby. So big fan of those. When I move my 2 big tanks down here, I'm still not 100% sold on using those sumps. Not because they don't work, but because they're too loud. It's very quiet down here right now. Almost silent down here. And I like it that way. So.
And that's canister filters.
Canister filters would be the way to be.
And also sponge filters.
Yeah. But even then, sometimes those air pumps can get loud. Perpetual Noob with the $5. I'm seeing 8 dislikes. And I said $1 per dislike. Last super chat of the night, though. Yeah. Somebody probably saw you do that and say, well, you know what? We got to make this guy give KG Tropicals more money. Yeah, you know what? You're going to get dislikes, especially when you don't have a plan and you're not thinking things through and you're saying bad words and you're saying weird things. Thorin Paris with the $5 pair. That is dropping the mic. We must have had a drop the mic moment. I don't know what that was, but we must have had it. Whips World, South/Central American dithers, not named silver dollars. Go. South and Central American dithers. Danios? Where did Danios originate? They're giant
I didn't know
Danios?
I had to start thinking. I mean,
Giant Danios? I might look like a total idiot. They might be from like Asia or something. I don't know.
Oh,
We've only done a whole 10 things video about them.
right.
Gosh. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
And you know what? There's probably 25 people in the chat
That have
saying,
already answered that.
It's this,
Yep.
this, and this. And we're like, brain toot.
I always feel so bad if I don't have an answer, which is why I suck so bad at Q&A. It's unfortunate.
So Google it. That's what Bob would do.
It's true.
Bob would say, let's check Google.
Yeah, but see, Whips World's probably already done that. So he's looking for our opinion on that. And unfortunately, we're too much of noobs to be able to answer that question, I guess. Deep fried apple pie in my eye. I was not a member before. Just popped my cherry on the topic of cherries. Well, that's very exciting. I see your name so much. How do you forget that name? So I see your name so much, I guess I just assumed that you were a member. Steven Siemens. Yes, cichlids definitely have challenges. Makes me mad when I miss the aggression and wake up to a dead fish after buying new fish. Yes.
You know what? everybody is answering, and I totally feel like a dummy for not saying cardinal tetras.
Okay, but see, when I think of ditherfish, and when they say South and Central American, my mind immediately goes to, okay, Whip's World has, because he looks like Zach Wild, so he must have like monster fish. So he must have like Oscars and big fish.
So you're
and he
talking
needs
about
dithers to
that are
curb
bigger.
aggression.
Yeah, okay.
And
Bigger
so
fish.
you're not going to curb aggression in an Oscar tank by putting cardinal tetras in there.
Yeah, you're just gonna give somebody a full belly.
Right. And when he said silver dollars, I assumed that meant for a monster fish tank.
Gotcha.
And did he actually say, let me find it. No, he just said South or Central American. He didn't say cichlid tank.
Because as far as like a schooling fish, like with my discus, I like the rummy
rummy-nose.
nose and the cardinal tetras and stuff like that. But
I like the discus rummy nose combo better than the
I
discus
do
cardinal
too.
tetra
Me
combo.
too. Much
But that's
better.
just because I'm a sucker for rummy nose. But yeah, back to Steven Siemens. Definitely agree, and it is a challenge, and I still run into that not every day, but regularly with my big tank. And we've lost a few fish over the last year in that tank, and it's just unfortunate. And it's like, okay, do I get 4 or 5 more and put them in there? Well, I don't know, because everything's kind of okay in there right now. And as soon as I say that, we have another fish go down like we did today. Didn't get killed, but got beat up for sure. Whoops.
But that's the important part of watching your fish tank and always keeping a close eye on your fish. Watch to make sure they're all eating. If one's not eating, really pay attention. And that's what happened. And it was that Azurus. I was like,
I don't think it's the Azurus, though. I think it's a white blaze.
No, it was an Azurus.
Because I saw the white blaze was sitting, like, not doing anything. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Green Terror Keeper. That's a cool name. Became a new member tonight. Very excited to welcome you to the team, along with Tegrity Farms. That's a cool name. Welcome to the team also as a member. Marty Borst. I got to go through these. We've only got 12 minutes left. With the cat emoji, as if $50 earlier was not enough. Had to go with the $2 cat emoji. And let's see, I've gotten here. I got to get through. Sorry about this, folks. Very disorganized here. Okay, wait a minute. The YouTube chat is such a frustrating thing because it skips around. Foot 21, how is your store holding up with COVID going on?
Good
Unfortunately, you are probably, you've probably seen some of our older videos.
Right.
And then you came to the live stream after seeing our older videos, and you're not aware that we unfortunately shut the shop down in 2015. So it was way before COVID when that happened.
Right.
So unfortunately, the shop did not work out, but someday, maybe there might be another one. I don't know. We'll have to see. Opinion on Gara. Gara. Is that supposed to be Gars? Gara?
Are you caught up?
No,
You didn't skip, did you?
I don't think so. Did I? Foot 21, Marty Borst. And then this is Caitlin Herrick.
Okay.
Opinion on Gara.
I don't know. I'm having issues too because now I'm looking at my phone instead of the.
Oh.
So yeah.
Is that supposed to be Gars? Panda Gara, maybe? I'm not sure what Gara you're speaking of. I'm very sorry that I don't know what that is. Oh, and we just skipped again. Did I? Let me see something here. I want to make sure. Okay, yeah. I saw the $49.99 up there, and I wanted to make sure that I got that one because that was the one from Marty Borst. I thought there might have been another one, and I was going to say, what? Robert Pruis with the $20. You are amazing, pair. I'm also amazing at hitting this microphone repeatedly today, apparently. Perpetual Noob has found the John bobblehead emoji. And I thought that I made that a transparent background to where it would just pop up and not have the white background. But maybe I thought that because I used to have, I've got it in dark mode on my computer here. Maybe that's why it's doing that. But anyway. Okay. So we are almost completely caught up. Yeah, Pandagaras. Have you ever kept Pandagaras?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Did you get Robert Pruis?
Yeah, I just did with the...
Because it's a cute little pair. And
the pair saying you're amazing. Yeah, I
gosh.
did say that. And I said I'm amazing at hitting the microphone. Gabriel Morris. Oh, boy. That was a terrible attempt at your name. With the Canadian $1. Thank you so much for that. People are so generous. I don't understand why it is. But what?
Whips World says, oh, sure. It's all about the Benjamins.
You know, I mean, it's...
You know who I saw in here? And I don't know if he's still here, but you were talking, and I didn't want to rudely interrupt, but Ben Ochart. I saw Ben Ochart and Kevin Green, and you know what? There's so many people in here, but hello.
It's amazing who shows up, who you see that shows up when you're actually able to look at the chat. Folks, you don't know unless you do this. It doesn't matter if you have 12 people watching or 375 people watching. It's almost impossible to be stuck on the chat, to be able to provide entertainment and read the chat. And then you end up reading things that you don't know the answer to, which we've done multiple times tonight, which is why I don't like doing Q&A. It's not that, I mean, I'm not Corey. I can't answer everything. That guy knows everything. I wish I was as educated as that guy is, but...
Now Whips World is saying I need more caffeine.
You
know
have
what?
seen a little down tonight,
I'm having a lot of, just moments.
I mean...
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's, sometimes...
I do apologize.
You're probably just worn out from me being here all week. That's all it is. Don't be weird. I don't mean it that way. I'm saying just me being here is exhausting.
All that fanning you and feeding you cherries. I'm just wore out.
How much would it have cost you if you had to get those breaks done at the shop?
But I'd be all peppy for the live stream if I had done that. Next time I will pay somebody else.
So you are tired because I changed the brakes on your car.
What can I say? I had to go to Walmart.
Interesting how that works.
I had to go to Walmart today. But you know what? Now, I know that sounds really diva-ish, whatever. I'm not trying to act that way. But these days when you go to the store, it is mentally draining to go to a grocery store. Because I don't know if everybody's like this, everybody's Walmart or store. I very rarely go to Walmart because I find it to be mentally draining. You put your mask on for one, you can't breathe. Then, I have glasses, so then my glasses get foggy and I'm like, and doing that. And then you have to look at the floor to follow arrows because you have to be told which direction to go now when you go to the store. So I'm doing that. Then I don't know, I get a little upset if I'm wearing a mask and I see someone randomly not, and I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to do the right thing. I get mad. So then I'm mad, and I'm grocery shopping, looking at the floor, trying to find what I want, and it's like, I don't want to be there to begin with because I hate grocery shopping even when none of this is going on. So then I come home and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I didn't like going to Walmart before all this stuff started. So
I completely understand if someone doesn't wear a mask because they're they can't breathe in it and stuff like that. But I guess it does. It sometimes does bother me because I'm wearing it and I hate it too. But whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
That was my rant. Sorry.
Lefty once again with the $2 because you are wonderful content creators. Wow, thank you so much for that. And let's see, they just keep happening. D Max with the Canadian $6.99. Thank you so much for that. No text, nothing. Just here's the money. Now we need to come up with a hashtag to send everybody over to Rack with. He has a guest on his stream tonight. I think Science Gal is going to be on there with him tonight.
Oh, cool.
So we've got to, immediately I was thinking Lisa is a diva. Hashtag
No.
Lisa's a diva.
No.
But then it's
'Cause
like,
that's not true.
oh, it's very true.
It's not true.
John's a diva then.
Yeah.
What should we do? Don't you suggest John's a diva. What should we do as a hashtag to send everybody over to Rack? We've got 4 minutes left. We've got to figure out something. My brain is done for the night. So it's hard to even think about. Or how about just Lisa doesn't wear a mask?
Or stay awake.
Yeah, Lisa's sleepy. There it is.
No, that's too much to do a hashtag. That's not nice. People don't want to have to do that. I think, yes, the Zen Ginger wins. Cherries. Yes.
I like that. That
Cherries.
works. That works. We just had a couple of surprise super chats pop through. Buddha Aquariums. Just want to say you guys are good for the hobby. Lisa, your beauty tonight is off the charts.
Oh, stop.
You're not down in the dumps anymore, are you? Foot21, how do you feel about fish keepers at Walmart? Wow.
We don't have fish at Walmart anymore.
Yeah, we don't have them here anymore. I think they've been taken out of most, if not all, the stores.
Yeah.
You know what? We've got 3 minutes left here. My whole thing with Walmart selling fish, my whole opposition to that is the argument that we've made over and over and over again on this channel. The reason why you have fish at Walmart is for people to impulse buy. And when people impulse buy, fish die. So I'm glad that most, if not all, the Walmarts have gotten rid of fish.
Definitely.
Regardless of the conditions and the way they weren't keeping them properly and all this, regardless of all of that, I'm glad, because I think that probably a lot of the fish that were sold out of that store or from that chain probably didn't have a very good ending to their life. So it's probably a good thing. I am all for, I think we've made it very clear for 8 years now that the purpose of our channel is to educate new fish keepers, because that's what we feel like we are ourselves. And so we want new fish keepers, but we don't want impulse fish keepers. We want people that make the decision.
I mean,
hey,
we will take the impulse fish keepers.
Sure.
And we will help educate them too, but that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Gabriel Morris, I know I'm messing up the name again. Pure Goldfish promoting putting goldfish in nano tanks. Who's Pure Goldfish?
What?
I don't think that's something that's happened in this chat, is it? Or is that another YouTube channel? Or I don't see that name anywhere. So I'm not 100% sure what you are referring to there, Gabriel. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. If there is someone that is promoting goldfish in nano tanks, they are idiots and you should not listen to anything that they say. Period.
Right.
Unless their definition of a nano tank is a 75-gallon aquarium. So, but I don't think anybody's going to call a 75 a nano tank. Anyway, listen, we got to start winding this thing down because Rack is starting up now in 1 minute. So this has been a lot of fun, even though I was very messy tonight, very unprofessional tonight, saying bad words all over the place.
Yes.
You've been tired the whole time, but it's
next
still...
Thursday, though, you guys, it's going to be a blast. He's going to be back at work next week. I'm not going to be tired. I won't be fanning him and feeding him cherries and making his lunch and breakfast and snacks and bringing him water all day long and serving him. I will be so completely full of energy next Thursday night.
We've been together 11 years. She's never made me breakfast once, not even once.
Anyways,
So I don't know what this woman's talking
I
about.
exaggerated this much. just that much.
Just that much. All right. This was a lot of fun, folks. Thank you all so much for hanging out, hanging in there with us, even though today was kind of a struggle. Still had good time, though. So I'm going to turn it over to you to say the final word, because that's what I always do to make it awkward for you.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Anyways, have a great night. Go check out Rack and Science Gal, and have a wonderful rest of your night and a safe and happy, healthy weekend.
#cherries.
#cherries.